Hey, hi guys, I'm Chris Lee and today I'm going to be showing you how to solve the first layer of the Rubik's Cube. So there are three main types of pieces on the Rubik's Cube. First is the centerpiece. There's 6 of them on the cube, 1 on each side. And then directly adjacent to the centerpiece are the edge pieces. There are 12 of them total on the cube. And what's special about this is that they have two colors each. All of them have only 2 colors. And their corner pieces, which are these ones at the corners, have 3 colors. And it's important to know this because these two can never be in each other's places. So what I mean by that is that this edge piece cannot be in the place of this corner piece, and this corner piece cannot be in the place of this edge piece. Okay, so now we're going to start on the first step of the first layer, which is the cross. So if you don't remember, the cross looks something like this. Cross, and then it's connected each side with its corresponding color. The easiest case you can recognize is probably this one. It's already connected, everything's in place, you don't have to do anything to it. That's the easiest. The next easiest one is this case. We have any other color other than white connected to the piece over here. It's like the same color, and we have like a white sticker over here. So when you see this, you can immediately turn it down and align it with the centerpiece. And same thing goes for if it's up here, it's aligned, you can just turn it down and align it with the centerpiece. So here, just turn it. It lines up with the centerpiece. And so a different case is when the edge piece is not lined up, but it's in the position. So that one, you can't just turn it and line it up because it'll be flipped. See, it should be flipped the other way. In this case, you have to use something different. And so what we do is, in this case, we move it to the side. We can bring this side down. By doing that, it brings us to the first case, and we can just turn it down. But always remember to turn this face back, because in case if you had something over here, it would have messed that up. So I'll show you what example of that would look like. So we have 3 corner pieces or edge pieces inserted correctly, everything's correct. And the last one needs to be inserted right here. So what we can do is bring this to the side and bring this corner or this edge down and line it up. Then we can turn this down. But as you can see from that, we offset this one. And so we have to turn it back. It's okay to mess other edges up while you solve different edges, but we have to always fix the edge that we messed up. So the next step of solving the first layer is inserting the corners. So I assume that you have your cross solved, all the colors aligned. Looks nice and tidy. So we have to think about which pieces go where. So as I talked about before, there are 6 centerpieces on the cube, and these centerpieces actually don't move anywhere. These 2 would never be able to switch. And so that's why we can determine which piece goes into this position. So the piece that needs to go into this position must have the colors of the centerpiece. So in this case, it must be white, orange, and green. So a corner piece has 3 colors. So we're going to look for a corner piece with the colors white, orange, and green. And so that's right there. The easiest case for solving corners is when the corner piece is on the bottom layer right here. And so the first step we have to do is we have to line it up so that it's directly underneath the place that we need to insert it into. So once you have that, we want to turn this corner piece away from the place it needs to be inserted. Note that we're turning it with the white side facing forward. So we're turning it in the white's direction. We're not turning it this way, but we're turning it this way. The white's leading. And then we bring the adjacent side down, and then we move this back into its original place. And as you can see, the colors kind of line up. And then you bring this back up. So that's how you solve one corner piece. So I'll go over that again. So we line it up at the bottom. We turn it to the side. We bring this down. So note that this is a place that needs to go into. We bring it down. And we rotate this back into the correct position. And we bring it up. So that's one corner. So you can continue solving the corners. So we can try this one. So white, blue, and red. So that must go in between the white, blue, and red centerpieces. So I'm going to move that directly underneath. And so this time, the white needs to turn that way, not this way. Because white's always leading. I'm going to turn it there. And then we're going to bring that side down and turn this into the same according side. And so that will line up these colors. Then we can bring it back up. Okay, and we have another one. White, red, and green. So once again, we line it up with the place it needs to go into. White, red, and green. Right there, it's right underneath. And so this time we turn it this way, because white's facing this way. Turn it there. And then we bring this side down and turn this corner piece back into its original place. And then bring this back into its original place. Okay, so now we have one more left. Oh, and this is a tricky one. So as you can see, if we line it up, okay, we're all good. And then when you're about to turn it to one of the sides, you notice that the white's not on any of the sides. It's on the bottom. So in this case, what we have to do is you kind of have to pretend to insert it in, but then we take it right back out. So what I mean by this is, so we're going to use this side. We're going to turn it to any one of the sides. So it can be either turning it to this side, or we can turn it to this side and use this, put it in. And so now that we have it in here, we take it out. So you might be thinking it's just like, it just did nothing. But we're actually going to take it out using this side. So we put it in using this side. We're going to take it out using this orange side. So we're going to bring it down. And we're going to pull this piece out. And we're going to bring it back up. So now you can see the white isn't facing on the bottom anymore. The white's facing one of the sides. And we can do our normal algorithm, line it up, turn it to the side, bring this down, turn this back to its original place, and bring it up. And that right there is one layer of the cube. So when you're solving the first layer, you might run into a problem where there's a twisted corner. And to fix this, we're going to insert a different corner into its place. And by doing so, it'll automatically push this corner out. So we're going to pretend to insert this corner right into here. So bring it to the side, bring this down, and bring this in, and bring this up. So that, as you can see, put this corner in, and move this one out into its place. So now we can do our normal insertion algorithm for this corner. So white moving to that side. We bring this side down, move this back into here, and bring this back up. And so that solves it. So it's almost the end of the video. I'm going to show you guys an example solve of how I would solve first layer in this case. So the first thing that I see is that we have one white one white edge and centerpiece lined up already. So I'm just going to immediately line this green piece up with this other green centerpiece. Okay, so now since we have that, we can move on to a different one. And I see a blue and a blue-white edge piece lined up with a blue centerpiece. So I can immediately turn that down right here. So you can see that's lined up. And then I see an orange-white edge piece facing upwards. So I can move this over and do 180, bring that over there. And there's this one. This one's kind of tricky. What we can do is we can move this top layer to the side, bring this down, and bring it back. That's how I would do it. And so now we're going to go into the corners. So first corner I see is this one. Orange, blue, white goes right here. So I'm gonna bring it to the side, bring this down, put this in. Next one I see is blue, red, white. So I'm gonna put it into here. So bring the white onto this side, bring this down, put this in. And then white, green, red. I'm gonna turn it to the side, bring this down, put it in. And last one, tricky case again. Bring it down, insert it, take it out this way. And then what we do is we're gonna do a normal insertion algorithm. That's one layer.